I haven't checked out a tablet from TCL in quite a while, so I figured I would test out their latest two tablets, and the one today is the Tab A1 Plus. I paid $199 for mine, but I'll leave a link down below with current pricing and more information. It's got a 12.2 inch IPS LCD display at up to 120 Hz refresh rate at 2400 by 1600 resolution and up to 550 nits for the brightness. So actually pretty good specs considering the price. Kind of a unique looking camera and flash there on the back. Small TCL logo there towards the bottom. Pretty clean design overall. Feels nice and thin, fairly lightweight as well considering the size. It's got 128 gigabytes of storage, also takes a micro SD card up to 2 terabytes. It comes with Android 16 right out of the box. One downside to this tablet, I think it only gets 1 year of software updates and a couple years of security updates, so pretty similar to what you would get from the new On tablets from Walmart. Seems to have a few extras during setup. Like, I don't remember seeing date and time on most of the others, but I guess that's good. Home screen only, or the home screen with the app drawer. You've got gesture or 3-button navigation as well. This also has circle to search. Of course, you have Gemini as the assistant. It's just mostly the apps from Google, so they don't put a lot of pre-installed apps on here. Kind of interesting, it also has a little sidebar here, which you can open on both sides. And you can put pretty much any app in there. Swipe down from the top to get your notifications. You've got your quick settings or shortcuts over to the right. You can see it does have a few things that might come in handy, like PC mode to be a little more productive. You can see they have a dock down there at the bottom. That and the rounded icons definitely has a little bit of iPad feel to it. Nice that they put clear all right there, so you don't have to swipe all the way over. Also kind of nice here in the settings, they actually give you all of the specs. So if you want to see how much storage you have, RAM, processor, cameras, pretty much everything's right there. Kind of nice it has its own user guide on here if you're not familiar with their software. Even has something called Magic Hub where you can just tap and drag and just swipe it over to the side to save it in the Magic Hub. It's using about 32 gigabytes of the 128 available. Looks like there is a software update, so I might as well go ahead and do that. You can also change the screen refresh rate from 60 Hz up to 120 Hz. Looks like it's on smart refresh by default, so definitely nice to have options there. It also has a high brightness mode where the screen's going to get brighter under sunlight. I think the screen quality actually looks pretty nice on here. I feel like TCL always does a nice job on screen quality. Could be the fact that they also make TVs, not sure, but they definitely do a nice job on this tablet. Of course, this is Widevine L1, which is good for streaming apps like Netflix. You've also got the taskbar down here at the bottom, which makes it a little easier to switch back and forth between apps. If you tap and hold on this icon, it'll take you into circle to search, which can definitely come in handy from time to time. It's got floating windows. You can do split screen on here as well. It also has extend mode or mirror mode to use this with a PC, laptop, that kind of thing. It also supports an active stylus like the TCL T Pen 2 or the T Pen Pro. PC mode on here is actually somewhat similar to Samsung DeX. It opens up all the apps and floating windows so you can move things around, minimize the windows down in the taskbar. Just makes it more like a desktop experience. Depending on what you're working on, it's definitely nice to have options. Kind of interesting, I just tried this pen that I got with the On 13.2 inch tablet, and it seems to work just fine on here. So I'm guessing this tablet has USI 2.0 pen support, and I tried one from Lenovo. Both of these actually seem to work pretty good just moving around the software. It could depend on which app you're using on how good these pens will work. It actually seems like things are really delayed, so you might not want to get this tablet for drawing, but it seems fine just moving around the software. But I would say the fact that it works with both of these is a pretty good sign for anyone wanting to use a pen or stylus on this tablet. It's got a Snapdragon 4 Gen 2 processor, 6 gigabytes of RAM. You can add 10 onto that with virtual RAM, but I still count that as only 6. I think the performance on here is probably good enough for most basic things, as you can see by the benchmark results. However, the GPU performance does seem a little low on here, so just keep that in mind on what to expect from this tablet. Again, probably powerful enough to do most basic things. You could also do some light gaming and some multitasking as well. And it's got an 8,000 milliamp hour battery. I ran my typical battery drain test, and this only lasted about 4.5 hours, which is definitely less than most other Android tablets that I've tested. I'm guessing because the screen brightness on this is a little brighter than most other tablets in this category, but also keep in mind, most of the iPads that I've tested only last about 5.5 hours. So obviously if you turn the screen brightness down, you'll get much better battery life. This also has 20-watt charging, so not the fastest out there, but probably a little better than the new On tablets from Walmart. Also has a quad speaker setup, so you've got 2 speakers on each side. The speakers on here actually are nice and loud and pretty good sound quality overall. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. It's got an 8 megapixel camera on the back, 5 megapixel on the front. In the camera app, you've got stop motion, pano, photo, and video. And it can record up to 1080p resolution for video recording. Surprisingly really fast shutter speed on here. I think it's using some kind of AI software to help on the images. And yeah, it actually looks pretty good. Here's a few quick samples of photo and video just to give you an idea of what to expect. Overall, I think this is actually a pretty nice tablet from TCL. It's got good screen quality. The performance is decent, although could be better. Probably the biggest thing I think they should have is longer software support. But again, probably comparable to the new Moto Pad 2026 and the new On tablets from Walmart. So definitely something to check out if you're looking for a more affordable tablet. I may have to compare this to some of those other tablets that I've got. Plus I've got another TCL tablet to check out here as well, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.